Alright, I wish you every mama in a car by by channel issue. I had no any news, home of politics, and anyhow. Message like it, subscribe it, let's also share my what you say. Politics be an answer news be a if I Ghana Honsem be just say, yeah, de bremo. Young consem, so I wish you in a and Anas Honorable Kennedy Agyapong any Anas Honsem no eko peja bae na omudi kan ekobae na chese news a metimi aka se news na circulate wa bonten na news na chese enkoyie enfama MPP for any Honorable Kennedy Agyapong fans for ina die nti na me ka sei news na circulate ya charge Kennedy Honorable Kennedy Agyapong for defamation for about $80 million or something like that, and to be the enemies were jubilating and his friends too now as a whole deal wo kakra na sana omudi kan call first one oman kan wi anase oman conclude bibia na chese onua ede videos ne sa ne manema eba abonten na from then the second one no omosa ekotena asem no so because Kennedy Agyapong call for how do you call it and omokotena asem no so bio na omokotena asem no so no na chese easy kra na honum na asem no omukotena aso no then second judge na esan na it was I don't know how to say it was in favor of Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, and also it was in favor of Anas because sikana na Anas expected from say judge no beje the amount from Kennedy Agyapong honum na ne san anka sika no sika ne san etimi kan ya na say sika na judge ne kan say Honorable Kennedy Agyapong ebetua de ama Anas I think $500 per instead of $80 million or something. Yes, I pay $500 and the na oba Ghana ha we di messing this Ghana man metua we di messing this Ghana man $500 the nenyes kabia because na man for eni age bebre eni age yie pa se asem no akoyesa na the entire na me kopeja asem we ade baye finally no video of a court na omokoye no any documentary of court na omokoye no aba abonten abra na Raf Agyapong Kennedy Agyapong nua no defend no anase na odi ne bra asem ade ma no na abusuafo na chese efe kra keke na efe pa na ohese oti honom judge ni bisa na sem na wayi na no judge ni bisa na sem na wayi na no na o defend ne bra si de be ya onko ahohia manasa onko hye asem a chese ne ho be kire ni mu na it was very lovely and you could see the intelligence in him abra na okasa one judge no didi nkomo anasa twetwe nkomo about sansem ya yebekọ na yakotie yebekọ ton ewo court honum na yakotie abra na omudi asemi anase ne titro abra na Raf Agyapong Honorable Kennedy Agyapong nua no ono so onse ono no ye lawyer ti yebekọ ni yakotie no time na US honum anase abrochi honum judge ne bisa na nsem no any anu year or the amount everything was in fact perfect. You will love to hear this. I have no news message like na subscribe na so share my we so for comment bra what you think about so what is asem no in the first place, you know what you think, any name of any how you feel my yes my because most people were very worried about yes semna na ekokokoso ti muma yenko court ho ni yenko je nsem embra nimdie news ni mekoso aka show subscribe na like my ni yenko yeni.
I'm an attorney.
And as an attorney in Ghana, you're admitted to the bar there?
Roughly so, 2014, October.
And in Ghana, do you hold distinctions of like in England, barrister and solicitor?
I'm a barrister and a solicitor.
And what does that mean?
A solicitor in United Kingdom is only mandated to do office work. A barrister is to do trial. But in Ghana, when you are called to the bar, the both are combined. So I'm a barrister and a solicitor.
And you good standing member of the bar?
Respectfully so, active practitioner.
And you're allowed to practice in all courts in Ghana?
Respectfully so, I have done all courts, from the Supreme Court to the Court of Appeal, High Court and the lower courts.
And are you familiar with the action that Mr. Anas has brought against your brother in Ghana?
Respectfully so, I have been practically in charge of the cases.
You defended your brother?
In respect of this case, yes.
Now, there was testimony elicited during Mr. Anas's testimony that there's an appeal pending with regard to the case that he filed against your brother for defamation in Ghana. Are you familiar with that appeal?
So far as I'm concerned, and the court system is concerned, there is no appeal pending.
Why is that?
When Mr. Anas lost the matter in the High Court, he filed an appeal, and this was in 2023, somewhere in April, if my memory serves me right. And then he subsequently filed a process called certiorari in the Supreme Court, seeking to set aside the judgment of the High Court. So the Supreme Court, in a majority decision of 3-2, presided over by Her Ladyship the Chief Justice, said they dismissed Mr. Anas's certiorari. And an appeal in Ghana court can only be pending for 3 months. So there is no appeal pending so far as I'm concerned. The High Court judgment and the certiorari is the current decision in favor of the defendant.
And the findings of the lower judge were upheld?
Respectfully so. The lower judge had an additional responsibility because he's a Court of Appeal judge. So before he was promoted to the Court of Appeal, he was the presiding judge on the matter. So he did additional responsibility. So far as we are concerned, a judgment which has been affirmed because the certiorari was dismissed, by no means a person than the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana.
So the statements by the plaintiff that that case is on appeal are not correct?
It's not correct.
Thank you.
The appeal has been struck out because he failed to pursue it. So there is no appeal pending.
And during the entire pendency of this matter, since it started in 2018, did the plaintiff ever appear in court?
No, he never appeared in court.
Not once?
He never appeared in court. And the picture that we had on him, he denied it. He denied it. So the question that the High Court judge had to answer in Accra was, if you are saying it is not you.
Let's have the sidebar.
Sir, you were present in court during the testimony of the plaintiff regarding the land.
Respectfully so.
And what are you aware of? Is that part, were you involved in that at all? In any part of that?
No, that is a suit which was brought against him by a gentleman called Adolf Tete in Accra. I have all the court records here. And Adolf Tete has a land title certificate. I heard him say that he was his grantor. No, he was sued personally by Adolf Tete for trespassing on his land.
So, statement that he was directly sued.
Respectfully so.
He was not.
He was directly sued by Adolf Tete. I have the records here.
Now, there was testimony, there was a video shown with regard to a prosecutor and 5 members right now. Are you familiar with the accusation that Mr. Anas was involved with a bribe with a prosecutor?
Respectfully so.
Are you ready?
Respectfully so. I
He's
am.
ready.
Are you familiar with that document?
Yes, Your
And
Honor.
what is that document?
This is a document from a law firm called Cromwell Gray, which used to represent Mr. Anas Aremia Anas, the plaintiff. So this is a letter from his lawyer. And this letter came out because the defendant had reported him to the General Legal Counsel. And then in response to the petition, he admitted that yes, there was a gold scam which he was tasked to investigate, and admitted the video in part, but denied in part. In his denial, he said,
Well, just let me hold on for a second. Is there a signature on the last page?
the signature of
No, on the last page of the document.
yes,
And whose signature is it?
Anas Aremia Anas.
The plaintiff.
Respectfully so.
And in that document, you were saying that he admitted what?
He admitted that he was tasked by the then President of the Republic, the late Professor John Evans Atta-Mills, to investigate a gold scam of some Arabians who had come to Ghana to do gold business, who were scammed. And then he went to this particular place in Accra called Nima, where he met the suspects and then engaged them in conversation and admitted that yes, he was, and admitted that yes, in this document, that it was a $1.9 million involved in the scam. And he was supposed to look for the culprits. And then, after meeting them, there was a conversation about paying him bribe money, so that he Anas Aremia bribe money, so that he will stop the investigation. So our subsequent checks at the High Court in Accra confirmed that he was the witness for the Republic. Because of that conversation, which he has admitted in part here, the investigation got blocked as a static point in time. And then the culprits were let go. So this is what is contained here. It's his signature, his own document.
Do you know a gentleman by the name of Hafiz?
Yes, Hafiz, I am aware he is deceased. And Hafiz was mentioned in this investigation. So when you look at the content of the document you are holding, Hafiz is mentioned in. And in fact, it came from his own source. He is the author of that document. He mentioned that yes, indeed, he met Hafiz in respect of this gold scam transaction. So they are all captured in the document which emanated from his law firm, his lawyer's office.
So this is the document that he signed, and I'll put you to paragraph 2.6. This is his document.
Yes.
And what's in it? It says,
2.6 is
Mr. Mass.
Mohammed Hafiz Abdallah, Mubarak Seidu, and Prince Kingston Kwame were charged with conspiracy.
That's enough, thank you. But in his document, he mentioned.
Yes.
So if the plaintiff had testified that he never heard of or knew of Hafiz, that would not be accurate.
That is incorrect.
In his own right.
Yes, that's his own document.
Do you know if he's still working and active?
Yes, he is, because he had a documentary that he was supposed to air just about January, and for whatever reason, it never came on.
Not yet.
Not yet, yes, but he has been working since after the judgment from Accra High Court.
In the action against your brother in Ghana, was Ahmed Sul mentioned? Was he mentioned in that action?
No, the plaintiff never appeared in court.
I know, but in the allegations against your brother in Ghana.
I am not sure. I may have to refer to